annual Hoosier Dirt Classic here at Brownstown Speedway about to begin as the four-wide salute to the race fans. $7,500 to the winner tonight. 57 laps in length in honor of Lee Fleetwood, who passed away last month unexpectedly, as we honor Lee Fleetwood here at Brownstown Speedway tonight. Mark Miner will be on the pole, and on the outside of him will be Doug McCammon. Here's the salute to Lee Fleetwood. Lee Fleetwood, longtime competitor, glad to have his family with us here tonight. So again, Mark Miner on the pole, his second time here at Brownstown. He's out of Stockbridge, Georgia. Doug McCammon, who won the Illinois Dirt Classic last night at Kankakee Speedway. He's out of Palestine, Illinois in 92. Row 2 will be the 11. Dick Phillips, he's out of Columbus, Indiana, alongside the 71 out of Martinsville, Indiana, Don O'Neill. Row 3, it'll be Rick Auckland in the 12 out of Zanesville, Ohio, and Billy Moyer, your fast qualifier tonight in 21 out of Batesville, Arkansas. Then in the rat car tonight, that'll be Bob Pierce out of Danville, Illinois, and alongside of him will be the 27 out of Oak Lawn, Illinois, Bob Pullman Jr. Again, 57 laps in length, $7,500 to the winner here tonight at Brownstown Speedway, the 12th annual Hoosier Dirt Classic, an event that began here in 1984. Here we go, green is out. Good start by Mark Miner. Again, his second time he's raced here at Brownstown Speedway in his career. The Stockbridge, Georgia driver leading down the back straightaway. As the field makes his way into turn number 3, Lanigan there in 29. James Huff in 5 out of turn 1. Mark Miner, your leader. Good payday on the line here tonight for the 1995 Hoosier Dirt Classic. Cars work down the back straightaway. There's Scott Graham, the red 15. As they come out of turn 4, Miner still in front, side-by-side battle for second. O'Neill in 71. There's the 3 of Gary Barrow in the Butch Ruddick 3 as they come out of 2. So Miner continues to lead, battle for second. As you see Jim Curry making his way up through there in the 7 car. Miner still leads. O'Neill now is going to second. McCammon is third in 92. Heading down the back straightaway, good battle there, Moyer. He started on the outside of row number 3. He's already up to 4th as he battles for 3rd with McCammon. Miner still leads. O'Neill second, and we got a melee in 4. We got him stacked up down there, and Darrell Lanigan, the Union, Kentucky driver, will bring out the first caution of the race. So Lanigan, the Arizona Sport Shirts 29, he will have to go to the back. 3 laps in the books. So Mark Miner, your leader in car number 7. As we'll get them in single file order. So Miner started on the pole. The Georgia drivers led the first 3 laps here tonight at the Hoosier Dirt Classic. As you see Lanigan, a little bit of work down there. Eric Roll looking at the black 29, taking a little, making sure Lanigan's okay, but he did stop on the track. He does have to go to the back. So again, Mark Miner, your leader in car 7 here of this 57-lap Hoosier Dirt Classic, a tribute to Lee Fleetwood. Here earlier tonight, the E-Race winners were Jim Curry, James Huff, Don O'Neill, and Darrell Lanigan. John Gill and Steve Barnett won the contests, and I mentioned earlier Billy Moyer was the fastest qualifier here tonight. So we'll get them in single file order and turn them loose. Nice payday on the line, $7,500. There's Miner, Don O'Neill second, 3rd is Doug McCammon, 4th is Billy Moyer, 5th runs Rick Auckland, and it's Dick Phillips, Gary Barrow, John Gill, the rat 1 of Bob Pierce. There's the 7 of Jim Curry. Get ready to turn them loose again with the green flag. In 3 laps in the record books here tonight, 54 to go in this race. Mark Miner, impressive so far. Again, only the second time he has ever raced here at Brownstown Speedway. longtime veteran out of Stockbridge, Georgia. There you have the first three. So you have Georgia, Indiana, Illinois, Arkansas, and Ohio, the top five. Miles Lauterball ready to unfurl the green flag to get back to racing. Lanigan back on the back after bringing out the caution. So Minor will lead Don O'Neill at turn number 4 down the main straightaway, back underway. Hoosier Dirt Classic here at Brownstown Speedway. Out at turn number 2 down the back straightaway. Billy Moyer working the outside as Minor still leads it at turn number 3. 4 laps in the books now. Mark Minor crosses the start-finish line. Good battle behind him between Don O'Neill. There's the Rat 1 of Bob Pierce. On the bottom is Franklin Indiana, Scott Graham in car 15. There's Dick Phillips in the 11. Gary Barrow in 3 as they work out a 4. Minor still leads. Now pressure from Moyer now. Moyer to the outside of Don O'Neill. So the 2 yellow red cars going at it. There's C.J. Rayburn in the 1 C.J. But right now, Mark Minor still leads. Billy Moyer working the outside of Don O'Neill. There's Doug McCammon in 92, Dickie Phillips in the 11, Gary Barlow again in Butch Ruddick's 3. There's the battle for lead right now, and we've got a new leader, Billy Moyer, down the back straightaway. Moyer has come from 6th here early on, and on the 6th lap, Moyer takes the lead. Mark Minor running at 2nd now, Don O'Neill in 3rd. Then it's Rick Auckland, Doug McCammon the top 5. Dickie Phillips runs in 6th and 11. The first 6 laps, 2 different leaders. Mark Minor led the first 5 laps. Moyer now out in front in 21. Billy Moyer came here in the mid-'80s about 10 years ago, and he's been impressive every time he's been to this Brownstown Speedway facility. Right now, Don O'Neill, Mark Minor, the battle for 2nd. There's Dick Phillips and Scott Graham. As you see, the battle there is now O'Neill on the inside, and Don O'Neill has gotten around Mark Minor. So Don O'Neill, who came here about 4 years ago as a full-time driver at Brownstown, along with his brother Marty, right now looking for the biggest win of his racing career. Billy Moyer still out in front. Don O'Neill 2nd. Mark Minor runs in the 3rd spot. You have Auckland McCammon battles back here, continuing. Drivers trying to make their way to the front. James Huff, Steve Barnett in 89 back there. John Gill in 75. There's Rayburn in the 1 CJ working the bottom down the back straightaway. Behind Huff. Meanwhile, Moyer stretching the lead out in car number 21. There's the battle there between Rayburn and Curry. Curry and Huff both won heat races here early on tonight, but right now they're in the mid-pack trying to battle their way to the front as Billy Moyer still leads in this 12th annual Hoosier Dirt Classic at Brownstown Speedway. Good racing all over the place, but right now Billy Moyer out in front by himself in car 21. Don O'Neill remains in 2nd in 71. There's Kevin Weaver in the B12. Weaver trying to work his way to the front here. Has 1 caution so far here in the first 10 laps of this race. There's James Huff in the 5. C.J. Rayburn in the 1 C.J. C.J. Rayburn, the current points leader here at Brownstown. You see the battle there between Doug McCammon and now Scott Graham in 15, and the caution is out for the 2nd time in this race. So officially 14 laps in the books. Did not get that last completed lap in. 14 in the books. Billy Moyer will be your race leader in 21. Don O'Neill 2nd in the 71. 3rd, it'll be Rick Auckland in 12. Mark Minor in the 7. Doug McCammon, Scott Graham, Dick Phillips, C.J. Rayburn, John Gill, Gary Barrow. In the running order right now. Barnett in 89, he's in there as well. So we got a car off the track coming off at turn 4. Again, 14 laps in the books of this 57-lap Hoosier Dirt Classic, a tribute to Lee Fleetwood. Mark Miner led the first 3 laps of this race. Actually led the first 5 laps, I should say. Then Moyer took the lead on lap 6. He's led ever since. So a big lead for Billy Moyer's gone away. Don O'Neill be behind him on the single file restart. Rick Auckland in third now in 12. There's Miner in 7. McCammon will challenge him at 92. They're going to spin in 3. And it's C.J. Rayburn bringing out a caution, the third of the race. So Rayburn will have to go to the back. Stack them up again here. Single file again. 14 in the books here tonight. Back out. There's a battle there between Miner and Doug McCammon. Again, Doug McCammon won last night at Kankakee Speedway in Kankakee, Illinois, the Illinois Dirt Classic. As the Illini driver came on with a win. He started on the outside of the front row here tonight. There's the battle into turn 3. That's James Huff in 5. Kevin Weaver in the B12. Dick Phillips still in there. There's Pullman in 27. Pullman Jr. always runs good here at Brownstown. Meanwhile, Scott Graham in the 15 car. Good run for the Franklin, Indiana veteran on the inside of Mark Miner as he's right behind McCammon. There's Auckland in third. So it's Moyer, Don O'Neill, Rick Auckland, Doug McCammon, Scott Graham, Mark Miner, Dickie Phillips. Here in this Hoosier Dirt Classic, there's John Gill in 75. Kevin Weaver in the B12. James Huff in 5. The Kentucky Souvenir Shop Rayburn. Barnett at 89. Trying to work their way up into the top 10 here tonight at Brownstown. There's Phillips in 11. Curry on the bottom in 7. Jim Curry in 7. A battle there between McCammon and Scott Graham. Scott Graham on the bottom. Good move by Scott Graham, and Scott Graham will move into position number 4 in 15. So Scott Graham having a good run tonight here in the Hoosier Dirt Classic at Brownstown Speedway, but they're behind about a half a straightaway behind Rick Auckland in 12, who's third. Don O'Neill second. Billy Moyer continues to lead. Again, Moyer started in 6th. In car 21, Don O'Neill. As they head into turn number 1, as you see the battle back here, there's McCammon now working the bottom. Curry in 7. Jim Curry won a heat race earlier here tonight. Now McCammon and Mark Miner go at it side by side down the back straightaway. Illinois and Georgia into turn 3. Miner's been in the top 5 basically the entire race. Now in jeopardy of going outside the top 5 in 7. Meanwhile, O'Neill, he's in the Marvin O'Neill Masters built O'Neill Wood Product 71. Out at turn 4. And now Moyer has competition for the lead. There's Auckland in 12 and 3rd. So Don O'Neill's picked it up, and Billy Moyer after the caution as they head down the back straightaway. Billy Moyer, the veteran out of Batesville, Arkansas. Don O'Neill, 30 years old, out of Martinsville, Indiana. Again, he and his brother Marty came here in the early 90s. Now, he ran here some in the late 80s, but he's been here weekly basically since 1991 as Don O'Neill looking for the biggest win of his racing career. Down the back straightaway, there's the battle between John Gill in 75, James Huff in 5. There's Rayburn in 1, CJ. Rayburn had to go to the tail, brought out the third caution of the race here. Trying to work his way back into the front, the current points leader here at Brownstown Speedway. There's the Rat 1, Bob Pierce driving the car tonight. There's Dickie Phillips, Steve Barnett at 89. Longtime competitors here at Brownstown Speedway. They head down the back straightaway. Phillips and Barnett. There's Scott Graham in 15. Meanwhile, Moyer still leads over Don O'Neill and Rick Auckland. Then it's Scott Graham in 4th. 5th runs Doug McCammon. 6th is Mark Miner in that red number 7. Working the outside of McCammon now in car 92. But those cars are several car lengths behind the battle for the top 3. Right there, you see it right now. Moyer heading into turn 3 with O'Neill. Then it's Auckland, several car lengths back in the 3rd spot. Don O'Neill not letting Billy Moyer get away in 21. Heading into this race this year, Moyer, he won the opening night race here of 1995 back in March. John Gill, C.J. Rayburn, Doug McCammon, Mike Jewell, Jim Curry have all won at least once. Gill and Rayburn are the only two-time winners this year as Rayburn works around Huff in the 1CJ. 6 different winners so far here in 1995 as we head to this Hoosier Dirt Classic, a tribute to Lee Fleetwood. 3-wide battle almost back here for position. Billy Moyer continues to show the way. Huff and Rayburn battling it out back there, the two Brownstown Speedway regulars. Right now, Billy Moyer still showing the way in this Hoosier Dirt Classic. Don O'Neill, Rick Laughlin, Scott Graham, Doug McCammon, Mark Miner. So racing going on back here. There is the Rat 1 of Pierce and Weaver around him. So 2 Illinois drivers going at it, the B12 of Kevin Weaver and the Rat 1 of Bob Pierce. Meanwhile, here's the battle for the lead between Billy Moyer and Don O'Neill down the back straightaway. Don O'Neill closing the gap in 71. Don O'Neill is yet to win here at Brownstown this year. As I mentioned, Moyer won the opening night back here in March in that Rayburn 21. O'Neill and a Masters built. As those two drivers now coming out of turn 4, there's the battle in the back right now. These drivers in jeopardy of going a lap down here soon because we've had a long green flag stretch of racing. Moyer and O'Neill closing on the back of the field here tonight at Brownstown. Right now, James Huff, the last car in the lead lap in car 5. Rayburn and Gary Barrow in front of him in the black 3. There goes Moyer. There goes O'Neill into turn 1, out at 2. Moyer running about a half a groove higher than O'Neill now as they go to 3. Moyer tries to bring it back down. O'Neill, he's glued to the bottom out of turn 4 as the battle back here continues. Pretty soon these drivers will be battling to stay on the lead lap. As Billy Moyer took the lead on lap 6 from Mark Miner after a caution. He has led ever since, but Don O'Neill staying right with him. There's Weaver running off that track on the front straightaway at Brownstown. The battle back here. James Huff still the last car on the lead lap. Gill there in 75 as they come into turn 4. It's still out of 4 now. Moyer still leading. Into 1. Does this long green flag stretch, does it benefit O'Neill because Moyer's going to start to move into some traffic here soon? Moyer leaving O'Neill plenty of room there as Don O'Neill, you see him on the bottom, the 2 yellow and red cars out of turn 4. Moyer into 1. O'Neill now on the bottom. Don O'Neill making up time now on Moyer in traffic down the back straightaway. In this Hoosier Dirt Classic, a $7,500 payday on the line to the winner. Moyer to the outside of Huff. O'Neill back on the bottom now. Billy Moyer working his way around traffic. Rick Laughlin's gaining in the 12 car down the back straightaway. Huff about to go a lap down in the 5. As they come out of 4, Gary Barrow in front of them in the Butch Ruddick 3. Now Moyer have to work with Huff again. Huff trying to stay on the lead lap. Down to turn number 2 down the back straightaway. Moyer and O'Neill. Good show here in the Hoosier Dirt Classic. Billy Moyer up top now. He's got 2 cars in front of him running side by side. James Huff and Gary Barrow. He can't get around him. Huff has unlapped himself. Now O'Neill on the bottom. Don O'Neill on the bottom at 71 for the lead down the back straightaway. They're side by side. Billy Moyer and Don O'Neill into turn 3. Here they come out of turn 4. Will we have a new leader down the main straightaway at the line? Don O'Neill by a nose. Don O'Neill has taken the lead at 71. He is battled from several car lengths behind. And Don O'Neill with 14 laps to go, now 13 to go, leads the Hoosier Dirt Classic. Rick Laughlin closing at 12. So Billy Moyer, he had no idea that Don O'Neill was there. And Don O'Neill squeezed by him, and Don O'Neill out in front. In that O'Neill Wood Products Masters built 71 for the Martinsville, Indiana driver to turn number 4. Still behind Huff. Huff remains on the lead lap. Billy Moyer now. Can he create some Moyer magic here at Brownstown? We've seen it before. But right now, the young gun, Don O'Neill, looking for the biggest win of his late model career here so far. As we're in 1995. Down the back straightaway. Laughlin still third. McCammon back in the fourth. Fifth is Graham. Sixth is Jim Curry. But all eyes up front on Don O'Neill. In his father, Marvin O'Neill's Masters-built race car, 71. Down the back straightaway. He's hoping it stays green now because he's battling through and he's pulled away from Billy Moyer. Now Moyer's going to have to contend with Rick Laughlin for the runner-up spot and Don O'Neill. That car has worked beautifully on the bottom all night long, and Moyer's going to give it a run on the outside. As the laps wind down, Don O'Neill looking for not only the biggest win of his career, but his first win of the year here at Brownstown Speedway as they come out of turn 4. Moyer now on the bottom. Moyer's made up time as they've gotten around Huff. And now Moyer is right there as we wind it down. In this 12th annual Hoosier Dirt Classic, salute to Leafly with Billy Moyer not giving up. Here they come out of turn 4. On the outside, Don O'Neill still leads. As the laps wind down, Laughlin a distant third and 12. It's between those three cars right now as Laughlin on the bottom now. He'll try to get around Huff. O'Neill into turn 3, Billy Moyer up top. Don O'Neill out at turn number 4, down the main straightaway into turn 1. Now Moyer in the middle line. As they come out of 2 down the back straightaway, they work around the 29 of Darrell Lanigan down the back straightaway. O'Neill, the 28 of Kevin Claycomb as they come out of turn 4. Down the main straightaway. So Claycomb goes a lap down in the red 28. Don O'Neill, Billy Moyer, Rick Laughlin down the back straightaway here at Brownstown Speedway. As they come out of turn 4, Don O'Neill. As you see Bob Pierce and C.J. Raver in the last 2 cars now on the lead lap here in the Hoosier Dirt Classic. Now Laughlin is closed on Moyer. They're all in the same straightaway. Don O'Neill, Billy Moyer, Rick Laughlin. $7,500 on the line of the winner. Don O'Neill's the laps wind down at this 57 lapper now. Moyer on the bottom. Down the back straightaway. He cannot get around Kevin Claycomb. Claycomb's giving him plenty of room. Don O'Neill down the main straightaway. In 71, the white flag is out. 1 to go. Around the quarter-mile oval here at Brownstown Speedway. Don O'Neill looking for the biggest win of his career to date as he hits into turn number 3. Billy Moyer second. Moyer one last charge. Out at turn 4 at Don O'Neill wins the Hoosier Dirt Classic here tonight at Brownstown Speedway. Excellent race. Billy Moyer takes second place. Rick Laughlin third. Doug McCammon fourth. Scott Graham fifth. Jim Curry 6th, Mark Miner 7th, Steve Barnett 8th, John Gill 9th, and Dick Phillips completes the top 10. So 30-year-old Don O'Neill gets it done here tonight. He came here, as I mentioned, about 4 or 5 years ago as a regular competitor at Brownstown Speedway, and he has taken the richest win of his career to date. And we'll see exactly, let's see what he does here as he'll get the checkered flag as he has to go to the scales first and he'll be back out. What a race here tonight. There's Don O'Neill. It's official. He wins the Hoosier Dirt Classic. And now he will take the victory lap in honor of not only a fellow racer, but his friend, Lee Fleetwood, who passed away here last month, unexpectedly. And Don O'Neill has done it here tonight, the biggest win of his career to date in the 71 car Masters-built chassis, as we'll see him come around here on the front straightaway to victory lane at Brownstown Speedway.